RHOBH, Alum says her ex has turned into a pretty good divorce buddy. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Teddy Mellencamp is sharing some insight into her separation from her second husband, Edwin RHOBH. On March 11, Mellencamp, who shares 3 children, Slate, Dove, and Cruz, with RHOBH, uploaded 2 videos that showed him driving her to her first immunotherapy appointment for her brain and lung tumors. In the first video, Mellencamp joked that one of the reasons she decided to divorce RHOBH was because of the sweater he was wearing. She also shared a clip from the series RHOBH that showed Ari Gold, played by Jeremy Piven, arguing with his wife about his need to focus on his career. According to Mellencamp, that was her and RHOBH's dynamic during their marriage. Both Mellencamp and RHOBH laughed at the RHOBH scene. In the second Instagram story, Mellencamp said that her estranged husband will be moving out of their Encino home to Hollywood Hills, where he still has a house. RHOBH quipped, "I knew there was a reason that I kept that house," causing Mellencamp to laugh. In the caption of the second Instagram story, Mellencamp said RHOBH has turned into a pretty good divorce buddy. She said that while she did not appreciate his behavior when they first separated in late 2024, he has changed for the better. "Once your ex-wife almost dies, he saw the light. I am funny, not jealous and good at helping him pick my replacement," wrote Mellencamp. Mellencamp said that she has love for RHOBH, despite filing for divorce in November 2024, during a January 2025 episode of her podcast, 2 Teas in a Pod, co-hosted by Tamra Judge. "He's my family, so whether we're going through up or downs and we're deciphering our next steps, like I love Edwin," said Mellencamp during her podcast episode. In addition, Mellencamp said some days she is very emotional about her divorce, while there are times when she feels okay about the situation. Mellencamp was diagnosed with stage I melanoma in October 2022. In December 2023, Mellencamp underwent a melanoma surgery. During a January 2024 episode of 2 Teas in a Pod, Mellencamp shared that she was concerned she would not survive her cancer battle. According to Mellencamp, she reached out to Judge, her friend and former RHOBH co-star Kyle Richards, and 2 other friends to help RHOBH find another wife. "I had this moment where I was like, I'm not going to be there for my family. And I texted Kyle and 2 of our other best friends, and I texted you too, and I just said, you guys, I need you to really be on point with who Edwin marries, and who's going to raise my kids, because I don't trust that he can make those decisions on his own," said Mellencamp to Judge during the podcast episode. Mellencamp also said she approached RHOBH about the matter. "I said it to Edwin too, and he said, it's not going to happen. You can't talk like that." "But we have to talk like that," said Mellencamp. Mellencamp had emergency surgery to remove 4 brain tumors on February 12. Following the surgery, Mellencamp underwent scans. In a March 7 Instagram post, Mellencamp shared that the results of the scans showed that she has multiple tumors in her brain that weren't able to be removed via surgery, and 2 tumors in her lungs. "These are all metastases of my melanoma. The doctors are hopeful that immunotherapy will effectively treat them," continued Mellencamp. She also shared she is feeling positive, that she will win this battle. Divorces in the world of the Real Housewives franchise are typically messy, dramatic, and packed with enough scandal to keep fans glued to their screens. But every once in a while, a rare unicorn of a split emerges, one that doesn't end in bitter court battles or endless shade thrown on social media. In a surprising twist, one Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum is giving credit where it's due, admitting that her ex-husband has actually turned into a rather fantastic divorce buddy. From romance to reality check. While RHOBH is known for its extravagant parties, designer-labeled drama, and shade-filled dinner feuds, it's also notorious for showcasing the dissolution of relationships under the pressure of fame and fortune. The particular former housewife in question, who prefers to remain somewhat coy about the specifics, recently opened up about her unexpectedly amicable post-divorce relationship. "Look, divorce isn't easy for anyone," she admitted during a candid podcast interview. "But somehow, we managed to figure it out. I never thought I'd say this, but my ex has turned into a pretty good divorce buddy. He's actually fun." Fun? Now that's not a word typically associated with a former spouse. The unexpected friendship. Fans who followed this housewife's tumultuous relationship on the show might be surprised by this turn of events. While their marriage was once filled with tension, complete with passive-aggressive jabs over martinis, heated arguments over lavish vacations, and the occasional teary confessional, it seems that post-divorce, the couple has found a way to coexist harmoniously. "We communicate better now than we did when we were married," she confessed with a laugh. "We still text each other random things, we joke around, and somehow we manage to co-parent like actual adults. Who knew?" Her ex, a well-known businessman with a penchant for luxury watches and power suits, seems to have taken a step back from the drama and embraced a more relaxed approach to their dynamic. "Maybe it's because we don't have the pressure of marriage anymore," she mused. "We've taken off the gloves and actually started acting like friends, from legal battles to lunch dates." While some high-profile Bravo divorces result in courtroom showdowns, this particular split has evolved into something surprisingly wholesome. Instead of bitter custody battles and legal disputes over real estate, the former couple has found themselves in a rhythm that works for them. "We have lunch sometimes. Like actual lunch," she emphasized. "Not the kind where you sit at opposite ends of the table glaring at each other, but the kind where you split an appetizer and talk about life. It's weirdly refreshing." Fans couldn't help but compare this post-marriage dynamic to other housewives' divorces, where exes have been known to hurl accusations, call each other narcissists in televised interviews, or even fight over dogs. Yes, we're looking at you, Lisa Vanderpump and Ken's infamous battle with Dorit over Lucy Apple Juicy. But in this case, that RHOBH alum and her ex seem to have turned the page on the drama. Co-parenting like pros. If anything, their newfound friendship has had a positive impact on their children. While co-parenting can be tricky even for the most amicable of exes, this former couple seems to have cracked the code. "Our kids don't have to pick sides," she explained. "They see us get along, and that means everything to them. They're not worried about tension or awkward handoffs. We've figured out a system that works for us." Even on special occasions, birthdays, graduations, and holidays, the ex-couple has managed to put any lingering issues aside for the sake of their family. "We've spent Christmas mornings together," she revealed, "not in a we're getting back together kind of way, but in a let's make sure our kids have the best memories possible kind of way." Moving on without moving apart. Despite their newfound friendship, both parties have moved on romantically. That RHOBH alum has been spotted with a new flame, a successful entrepreneur who seems to keep a much lower profile than her reality TV days. As for her ex, he's reportedly seeing someone as well, though she insists there's no awkwardness there. "I actually met his girlfriend," she admitted. "She's great, super sweet, and honestly, I'm happy for him. We're past the jealousy, the pettiness. It's just different now." This level of maturity is practically unheard of in housewives' history, where exes are more likely to throw cocktails at each other than share amicable brunches. But for this alum, the friendship with her ex is something she's grateful for. "Look, I wouldn't have believed it myself 5 years ago," she said with a smirk. "But here we are, he's actually a pretty good divorce buddy. Who knew?" Could this set a new RHOBH trend? With RHOBH still thriving on screens and new storylines unfolding every season, fans can't help but wonder if this alum's post-divorce friendship might inspire others. Could we see more exes mending fences instead of slinging lawsuits? Will the future of Bravo divorces lean toward mutual respect rather than scorched earth tactics? While it's unlikely that every housewife will follow this amicable path, some wounds are just too deep. It's refreshing to see that not all divorces have to end in catastrophe. Maybe, just maybe, a peaceful post-marriage existence is possible, even in Beverly Hills. And if there's one lesson to take from this, it's that sometimes the person you once argued with over dinner parties and prenups can turn out to be a pretty great friend in the end. Now that's a reality TV twist we didn't see coming.